Hey everybody, welcome back to Cities Skylines. We have, well, I just kind of want to do a little bit of something today. I don't want to stay on too long. I need to go to bed early, than I normally do. But I just wanted to play some Cities Skylines. I have talked about this in the last couple of streams, but I very well may have a little bit of a problem with this game because most of the time it's all I want to do. All I want to do is have some... Is that a song? Anyway, so last time we worked on a lot of traffic issues. We actually got a lot accomplished. I was pretty happy with how things turned out because ultimately we ended up with a lot much we ended up with much fewer issues than we had before. And honestly, I'm just now remembering that I meant to go through and ooh, cool. Go through and do some stuff with, where are you even going? I'm gonna have to report you to Homeland Security, because I don't know where the hell you're going from. Destroyed? Oh, by flooding, probably. I meant to play around a little bit with the different, excuse me, the different settings. I wanted to try some I wanted to try some overlays and stuff and text and but I don't know. I got distracted. I didn't get distracted. I just really wanted to play. And that was really more important to me than figuring out all this other stuff. And I'm probably going to regret it later, but whatever. I'm also thinking about at some point adding a webcam, because that might be nice to have a webcam, but that's one of the new trains I got. That's very pretty, actually. Oh, Lord. Well, I really don't know how to solve that, frankly. That's not entirely true. I do know how to solve that. I have the smooth slope tool, and I can use that to solve this problem. Isn't that nice? That's much better. Is all this one way? Yes, it is. I'm being silly. There we go. Even better. I suppose we can get rid of this. And then we can use... I downloaded this asset, which is underwater power cables, or like power station. which directs power towards land, so that you don't have to have all these ugly ass telephone, or I should say power lines all over the place. See? That's somewhat better. At least it makes a little bit more sense than having all the ugly power lines there. I suppose I can do that here too. Do. Hey everybody, if you're just joining, I saw a couple people pop in. My name is Roman, this is Camellia Beach. Tell you what, I'll give you a little overview since we're just starting off. So we began life on this map here in the Camellia Beach area. We slowly spread into this Hickory Square. I need to rename all these things. I hate all these names. To a sort of downtown area. And then we have our industrial all around this this harbor. And we pulled that downtown area over to the Manor District and Hamilton Districts, where we have some leisure and tourism. And then we kind of took things over to Green Acres. After we built the airport, I wanted to build some farmland. So we have Green Acres over here. And Fox Run, which is kind of a little suburb slash, I don't know what to call it. It's one of those things where it's not in the city, but it's still kind of an urban environment. Because you have like high-rises and stuff. But it's not an urban, it's not really a city because it wasn't designed to be a city, and it's also very small. We have a couple of areas like that in where I live, and I don't know what to call them. Anyway, we also developed Buffalo Bluff, which is this island, which is kind of a shishi neighborhood. And then we also started on Hemlock Ridge, which is the large suburb based mostly around a golf course, also inspired by the area in which I live. So let's see, where were we? Yep, so like I said, last time we were just really working on some traffic issues. We pulled a train station, I should say a train line, in from the external connection into the suburb area here. This is the suburb that I was talking about, Hemlock Ridge, based around this golf course, which I downloaded from the workshop. Oh, for heaven's sakes, I don't know why this keeps happening. I really do not. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete these because, for whatever reason, these paths just keep, like, sinking into the nether and, like, breaking the map. And it's the second time that's happened, and I don't want to deal with it anymore. So we're just going to leave it like that. They can walk, like she's doing. Or he's doing to their car. This little smart car asset that I got. What is this? Personal electric transport guide. Huh. Well, I hope we get those by 2062. Lots of people crossing through the golf course, which is probably not good, but hey, it looks like the golf course is being used, which I like. If you're wondering how they're walking there, I also downloaded some invisible paths from the workshop. And I did that so that I could have those paths going under the golf courses. Because when I originally put in the paths, they all had these lampposts. And so there were just a bunch of lampposts sticking randomly out of the, kind of like that, but like all across, and that did not look good. And as I said, that area is actually inspired by a lot of the places around my home in Northern Virginia. There are a lot of little areas like this that are centered around golf courses. And I think I've said in the past that I really think that golf should be abolished. But for the purposes of building stuff, it's fun. And a lot of the areas are actually very heavily wooded. They've grown a lot of woods back in, because a lot of the area that I live in used to be cow pasture and horse farms. And they've since let a lot of that grow back in. And I wish these brushes worked better. Maybe it's just because I have it too small? Is that it? That's probably what it was. Okay. And so they've let a lot of the wooded areas grow back in to create these really, really nice, kind of secluded neighborhoods that have a lot of foliage, a lot of greenery, but then of course they have these big, wasteful open spaces known as golf courses, which I don't like. But I guess I like them enough to want to reproduce them in here. Oh, what's that? What's this? What's this? What's this? Okay, so I had originally created this bypass in hopes that it would reduce traffic in here, but it appears that is not what has happened, and instead it's just created a huge bottleneck. So, what's the deal here? You're going there. Where's everyone going on here? Okay, that's not really helpful. Why are you doing that in here? I think what I probably need to do is get some public transit. I think that's going to be... Where are they coming from? So people are coming from the city. They're coming from... I don't know where. I really hope that that is not one of those stupid garbage trucks. Cheapers creepers. And then people are doing all of this to get into there. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's get ourselves some bus stops. And if y'all have any questions, I am very happy to chat with y'all about whatever you want. Non-stop bus terminal. So whatever you want to know, we can chat about. What I'm going to do here is basically do an express. Where's the stadium? There it is. And then all the way back here. Oh, actually, I'm also going to add a stop here. Lines of transport. Where are you? Stadium to mall. X. Stadium Mall Express. Now what we're going to need to do, and actually I'm glad I did this because I remember now, that I need to make sure to keep this paused. No, I don't want that to happen. Add vehicle. Nope. Remove vehicle. Select types. We're actually going to do bus 50s. No, let's do Route Master. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's a pretty long line. Then we're going to do another one here. Then we're going to take that out here, because I'm going to be almost positive that we're going to have people wanting to come to the mall. Select types. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Line color green. Port Mall Express. Then we're going to have one go to the airport. Yeah, that makes sense too. It's like becoming Mall of America, apparently. So, like, Mall, oops, Mall Airport Express. Fun fact, when airport codes became 3 instead of 2, so originally airport codes were just 2, but then there were too many airports, so they had to bring it up to, bring it up to 3 letters each. Capacity 30. I don't even know why I downloaded some of these, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I don't think there are going to be as many people coming from the airport. Airports that were already existing just added an X. So that's how you ended up with LAX. LAX used to be just LA, and then they added the X because they had to. So, fun fact. And then we're going to have one more going to, I think, Green Acres and Fox Run. And again, we're going to select types, new route master, add 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, don't think there are going to be that many on this one, so we're going to hope that that helps. At the same time, I think we need a better system for all of this. Also, I think I know what I need to do here. I think it'll help. That's not going to work. Never mind. I think it'll help if we spread out these stores somewhat, because they're all kind of bunched up in that corner, and I don't think that's helping anything. So if we put some of them over here, that should help us out. And we're going to scooch these over here. And what we're going to do, because part of the problem is exits, in other words, everyone has a way to get in, but everyone's having trouble getting out. So what we're going to do here and hopefully that will help get things going. Because now we'll have things going in a wider variety of directions versus everything trying to go down there. And we have people able to exit directly back onto the highway. That's doing much better already. Excellent. There we go. Progress. And tell you what we're going to do also. We're going to add another line of buses. Not going to have any stops there just yet, so we can just, do that. That's fine. We're going to have a stop here so it doesn't block the road, and there. I'm going to do a stop here. I want to bring... I want to do a loop. No, not there. There. Damn it. See, this is what happens when I don't keep it paused, is that it starts automatically doing the budget control. Oh wait, I guess if I... Oh no, never mind. Vehicles. Remove vehicles, select types. For you, I think I am going to do the Uber bus. Well, what's another one? The naughty train? No, definitely not. I want to do the Uber bus. I have it. I should do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's definitely all I'm going to need because these things are huge. I think my depot is going to be that one, but we'll see. I don't know what depot is spitting these out. There they are. Let's follow this for a little bit, and we're going to do this to 1 so that we don't get completely carsick, like I tend to do, because I'm a cool guy. Car sickness happens to cool people. Ah, that's water all over my keyboard. No. Bit of technical difficulties here. Because my feeling is... Oh, I should put I did put parking there. Well, I should put more parking there. My feeling is that as this whole neighborhood grows, this line will become more popular. And more people will use it. Okay. You should be able to go a lot faster than this. Okay, there definitely should not be a stop light here. Or should there be? No, there definitely should not. Let's do this. I do the 4-lane. So I'm just starting to finally understand the methodology of lanes and how those can affect traffic. because I don't want these people turning left. So that just needs to be 2 lanes. I just want a really wide 2-lane road. There it is. Because I don't want people turning left there. I just want straight up. And the way to do that is to avoid having to have stoplights. You can basically do these things here. And now you don't need a stoplight because right is going right, straight is going straight, and there's no intersection of cars. And it took me downloading some intersections off of the workshop to really understand this fully. And what I'm going to do here for simplicity's sake is just do that, so that way I don't want to do that up here. I'm just going to do that here because otherwise there's really no way. They can make a U-turn here if they really need to. Okay. So hopefully that should allow things to go more smoothly. Because that's what I was trying to do with a bunch of other stuff, but really for these intersections, I think that's sort of the best formula to avoid having backups. Probably shouldn't have a stop that close to a line 25. Because it's too close to that stoplight, that might cause some traffic. I was hoping that all this parking would make things easier, but all it's really done is cause more congestion because I was relying entirely on the parking instead of relying on public transit. And I'm not going to say that's a commentary on America, but it's a kind of a commentary on America. Because everything is absolutely optimized for driving and not for anything else. Ooh. That killed so many people just now. Oh boy. We might have to change that. But so far so good. I think it's going pretty well. It's pretty full, which is nice. That to me indicates that it is being used. And then I'm going to also adjust this one to be the same as the one from before. So we're going to upgrade this. No, is that the one that I had? I guess so. Because the other thing I know from recently is that when you have a change in road type, that counts as an intersection. And that can also create major traffic problems. Because then the intersections are too close to each other. So this way you have lanes being added and subtracted, and so you do not require stoplights. By the way, I recently found out, today, I should say, I found out that apparently you can have like music and stuff on these streams. Unfortunately, I do upload these to YouTube after the fact, so I don't think... Where are we that there are so many people here? Okay, so they all want to get to... Oh, and see, that's... Yeah, this is also happening here, which is part of what's causing all that traffic. And the kitchen wrist twist it like it's stir fry. Space already occupied my foot. There we go. So, how are you all? I would love to hear from y'all. If what's going on? How's your day? I find my chats are a lot of fun when, or I should say my streams are a lot more fun when I have people to chat with. We can talk about just about anything. I am not very knowledgeable with sports, I will say that. So if you want to talk about that, I am not your guy. Pretty much anything other than that, though. You got me good. I love talking about urban development, city planning. That's always kind of interesting to me. We can talk about the fact that I cannot figure out how to get these people to stop crossing really busy streets like this. Where are you going? That is incorrect. Oh, Lord. In other news, 3 pedestrians were killed when a giant snake bus careened off course while trying to make a U-turn in a place that wasn't even technically on its route. And you know what we're about to do, don't you? Yes, you do. You know. See, was that so bad, Road Anarchy? No, it was not. Oh lord, I may have just completely screwed over this bus. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, I need to fix this road first. By the way, if you have not heard Doha Cat's Moo yet, you really need to. It is the experience of a lifetime, and I cannot recommend it more. Yikes. Double yikes. Okay, I don't know why you're doing this, but this is not acceptable. Oh my lord, did that thing just take... Okay, I'm not even... I'm not going to worry about it, because I do not have the stamina for that right now. Alright, we need some campus police here, clearly. In the kitchen, which twisted like a stir fry. That's such a good song. What? Nice. We've got tons of people waiting at this bus stop. Not as many waiting at this one, but that's because a lot of the incoming buses are here. But that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Alrighty, let us see how traffic is doing. There's high volume, but not a lot of stoppage. So that's the other thing about these, that you have to pay attention, because just because an area is red does not mean it has bad traffic. Traffic flow is only 74%, though. That is not ideal by any stretch. What's bringing us down? Looks like a lot of this is a problem. So why don't we divert some of this traffic? This is silly. This is not how that should be getting its electricity, but I think it is. That should be more than enough to do that. And then we're going to... In the kitchen, wrist twist it like a stir fry. No, what are you doing? Ba-da-ba-da. Do-do-do-do-do. Alright, let's just leave that at that, and then hopefully that should take away some... Some, but not all of the traffic. Okay, what? Okay. That's what I thought. Hey, I see a new viewer on the line. I hope you are enjoying the stream. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm very open. I'm an open book, so to speak. I'm more than happy to chat with you about just about anything. So, please do not hesitate. Let's see. That's fine. How is our traffic in the city area? Seems like I scared that other person away. do. Yeah, actually, this is doing pretty well. I'm surprised. I had traffic going completely bonkers. Like, everything up here blocked up. Traffic all the way up here trying to get into the city. And this seems to be alleviating it a lot, which, by this, I mean the freight going through. That train was going very fast. Uh-oh. And then I was planning on doing another... Are you just on fire? Where's the fire? People. I mean, this still seems alright. It's not ideal, but it works. Perhaps you should be reducing down to one lane. Oh, that's right. I made everyone turn right there. That's better. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now we're good. Everybody's so quiet tonight. Ooh, excuse my yawn. Goodness. Okay, let's go ahead and zone. In the kitchen, wrist twist it like it's stir fry. I've talked a couple of times about this, but so if you're a repeat viewer and I've bored you to tears with this already, I apologize, but a lot of people, I've gotten some requests, not a lot of people, I've gotten some requests from people to do more Rico style building, and I gotta tell you, I am not a fan of Rico. I know for some people, I think that's like blasphemy. And I do, kind of, as much as I kind of like the idea of having some control over these different aspects of building, I also just don't like how it works. I don't think that it's very conducive to the style of building and playing that I really enjoy. And I say all of this because I was just thinking how I would really love for there to be just townhouses along here. Because that's a lot of what they have in the real life counterpart where I live. Is mostly townhouses butting up against these big golf courses. But short of doing some stuff with district themes, I don't think any of that is possible. What's nice about these planned communities is that oftentimes they really do consider, they really deeply consider walking. I shouldn't say a lot of times. Sometimes they do. The ones here near me definitely do. They have lots of walking areas, parks, places for dogs, which are, I think, just dog parks, so I don't know why I said places for dogs, but hopefully you know what I'm saying. They are well thought out. And they're well considered, and I just like that. I think that it's something that I really try to do as much as possible in my builds, or I should say in my cities. I'm talking like a Sims gamer. That's not me just yet. Do I have water up in here? I do. I wanted to do like an office park. Kind of like one that I saw. The problem is that flat land is ideal for that. And I don't have a lot of that on these hills. blah. Let's build this stuff up. For now, I think we're probably not that great on schools in this area. What is this? Elementary school. How about high schools? What's this? And let's smooth out this land, shall we? I mean soften. And I think I've said this a couple of times on these streams, but whenever I pull out the soften land tool, I'm always like, soften, soften, soften. And I just recently saw again the video that inspired that, which is The Eyes Have It by Donna Mills. And I saw that on Willem's Beatdown, which, if you haven't watched, it's pretty hilarious. Not for the faint of heart, not for people who are not fans of swearing or, like, dirty, gross humor, but if you don't mind that kind of stuff, definitely check him out. He's pretty funny. He does drag, and the drag's on point, I gotta say. What else was I gonna say? So yeah, so it's basically this video from the 80s of Donna Mills, who I guess was somebody famous or something. I think she was like a dancer or a singer or something. And I guess she at some point did back in the day beauty tutorial, which was like released on VHS. That's how back in the day it was. Betamax beauty tutorial. So you actually had to go out, buy the tape, and play it. That's how back in the day this was. So in the tutorial, she has in the video, she does a bunch of different stuff, including telling you how to take care of your skin, you know, to how to dry your face properly, because you really shouldn't rub a towel. You shouldn't use hot water when you wash your face. It's bad for your skin. All that kind of stuff. And I didn't remember this, but it was actually a cut on Willem's editing team where she keeps talking about, it was the 80s, so of course the eyes are very soft. It's all very blended. And so there's just this little clip of her telling you the viewer to soften, and it's cut together all the times that she says soften. She goes, soften, 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 soften. You know, as if it's been cut together and not being said all at once. And I wish there was a better forestry tool, because because this is not easy and it doesn't look very good. It's very dense forest around where I live. Because it's all artificial and it's all been grown in to have these sort of nature preserves. Especially around the main roads, that's the thing. It does kind of open up a little bit on the inside, but if you look at the main roads, it's like you can, if you were driving along here near me, you can barely see the houses. A couple pine trees here and there won't hurt. And it's also like this here where even if there isn't necessarily a golf course, there are a lot of areas that sort of back onto just really beautiful greenery and natural creeks and rivers, and because some of the more established neighborhoods really were just on not wilderness but just on forest. So rather than having the sort of artificial forest, which has these really big fire breaks, I realized the other day, because you drive around and there are sort of these columns along the landscape that of just bare grass, and I had always wondered what it was until I looked at a map version of it, and you can literally see, like, if it was this zoomed out, you can see the line go across, straight, 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 like across the entire county. And I realized that because a lot of this used to be pasture, those are fire breaks. So that when you... Oh, what the... So that when you, in the event of a fire, it's easier to put out, because if you have this big chunk of trees missing, then they can't, the fire can't spread as easily, and it's easier to stop at those fire breaks. So, in fact, when there are actual forest fires out in the open, in nature, many times you will see them actually making these fire breaks. So they'll start to, like, cut down trees in the area, and you'll wonder, oh, well, aren't you supposed to be saving the trees? It's like, yeah, we're saving some of the trees by cutting down the rest, or we're saving the rest of the trees by cutting down some. And they're doing that so that the fire doesn't spread, because if the trees can't touch each other, then the fire can't spread. Oh, see, this is why. And this is why we have the fire helicopters and the fire watch towers. I don't know that my county has fire watch towers, but they probably should. See, this is why it might be smart to actually go ahead and put in an artificial lake. Because that we do have in this area. Okay, but also where's the fire? There you are, finally. It really should not take you that long to get here. Now, what I don't know is if these trees grow back, or if I have to demolish them and plant new ones. Well, your pool is ruined. Sorry, kids, no pool party this year. Tell you what. What's wrong over here? You, of all people, should not be having this problem. So let's put a police box right across the street. Maybe you'll settle down. Alright, so this is gonna be the little lake. No, bad. Soften. Soften. Now, the question on everybody's mind is how do we ensure this does not then flood the surrounding landscape? I think for me, obviously in reality they have these flood drainage systems that keep things from going too crazy. But for our purposes, we're going to have these hills, which help even everything out. And then we're going to get the bulldozer. Because I think it's important for every builder of cities to understand how to create an artificial lake and maintain it. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate how much noise it makes, because that really... Oh, but I can have little offices around that. That's perfect. I'm so smart. I'm like such a freaking genius, right, y'all? If I'm not a genius, no. If I am a genius, don't say anything in the chat. Exactly. Just regular power lines for now. Or, no, hold on. Let's do this for a sec. Actually, no. I changed my mind again. And what's gonna make the difference? Oh, see? I should have. But I did not. Pumping surface, no. There was... There was on the workshop an itty bitty pump. Like an extra small drainage pump. And I should have gotten it, because I could have used that here. This building takes care of the operations of your sewage treatment plant, as well as research for more. Oh, that's right. I downloaded a thing to... In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. I'm sort of seeing some fluctuation from viewers, but if you're new, if you're just arriving, the chat is open. Excuse me. So please feel free to ask questions. I'm more than happy to give tours, and they're gone. Oh well, such is the life of a lowly streamer. So we shall see how long it takes for this to fill, and if my method for protecting things works. I'm probably not going to keep all three of those in for forever, because I think it's just going to be too much if we do that. Now, generally speaking, artificial lakes have a cutoff, which would honestly be a really cool asset to have. There are these little... The best way to describe it that I can think of is similar to when you have a... when you have a sink or a bathtub and you're filling it up, filling it up, filling it up, there's a little hole in the back of the sink, and there's a little drain at the top of the tub, so that when it overflows, that catches, or tries to overflow, that catches the extra water. And that's what I'm trying to do here. And this might actually be kind of a cute little... thumbnail. Can I move this? I can. Lovely. So I'm going to do an office park on this side and maybe around there a little bit, because those things are noisy AF. But that seems to be working okay. So in fact, where is it? Here you are. And that should help reduce the... Okay, you should definitely have power. Oh, that thing's still spitting out water. So what we need to find is the proper balance to keep this at a specific height. I'm just saying it would be really nice to have something a little bit more discreet as a water pump than this. Because this is by no means discreet. It's not. It's huge, it's bulky, it's not attractive, and it's fine for the purposes that it serves, which is technically to get water to the citizens, but for the purposes of creating an artificial lake that is pretty to look at, this is not great. It's also difficult to control. It would be nice to have something... Yeah, I know I can cheat and use the water features, but the point here, kind of, is to be able to... Oh, is that finally... yay! Okay. Is to be able to kind of control pumping capacity... 120,000. And that's draining 24,000. So 24 plus 24 is 48. So I need to keep this at a certain height because this is going to drain more than enough to cover for that pump or drain. As you can see, the water level is already dropping. And then we're going to put in another one of these, and another one of these. Because if they're at the same level, then they're probably going to have a more difficult time keeping up with the Kardashians. Show me support. Let's see. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. I need to remember to stop moving those while the game is not paused. Uh-oh. That seems higher than before. Is that just me? Now, apparently, the main reason for this, even though it says it's educated workers, which is a real pain, I remember seeing a couple of videos that talked about this, and basically they said that it's not actually an issue of education. It's an issue of transportation. And that you basically just don't have enough workers who can make it to these jobs. But I also feel like that's more than I had before. So maybe I should add some maybe I need to add some housing is what I was going to say before I just stopped talking randomly. that's going to be a problem still. I think you know what we're about to do here, don't you? Don't you know what we're about to do here? Actually, what a load of barnacles. What a load of barnacles. And by that I mean I was about to mess that up. I play it the company way. Wherever the company puts me, there I'll stay. The reason I'm singing that, if you're wondering, is because I'm pretending that this is going to be company housing for these people here. And it's going to be high density. And then we're going to have some offices, because there is no demand for that. So let's not do that. Instead, let's do commercial strip down here. And this is almost entirely aesthetically just unrealistic, but like I said, the reason I'm justifying this by saying, oh, it's the company just putting in some crappy housing across the street from their do some police. And I'm going to put some parks. And then what I'm going to do here get me some 2-lane roads, please. There's going to be a secret extension. Connection there so that the nice people of this area can just get to the jobs. That's pretty. Let's make this a district. Yeah, that's fine. I like that. The Hillside district. I also wish that the AI knew a bit better, because I get that there are empty plots, but I also don't understand why they keep rebuilding in these areas if they're just going to be abandoned. I think we're going to do... Yes, I caught it in time. That's fine. I mean, hey, if that's faster... Ooh, I can put a tram up and down here. That'll be pretty. And then one that just goes down this column, essentially. Yeah, that could be the fourth line. Can go here. Really wish it didn't have to do that. Let's do... I'm just going to do a regular bus for this one. This would be cute for a thumbnail with a little thing in the distance. You can't possibly not have enough workers. I literally just built an entire neighborhood dedicated for workers. Okay, so there are some people waiting. Good. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. So the local one here just transferred a bunch of buses, I mean a bunch of passengers onto the other lines. Excellent. One of these days, when this is good and full, I'm going to start a new city, and my plan for that is to kind of go on a Chivo run. If you don't know what a Chivo run is, that is essentially right? Because that captures that. It's essentially, I'm just going to go hunt for achievements and have that be like the sole focus of a playthrough. So at some point I'm going to do that. I don't know when. Probably in the near future. I also got some recommendations from some other streamers that I've talked to in their streams who basically say that, for October, which is coming up soon, I should do a spooky stream and play something scary. And I'll have to see about that because I am a huge scaredy cat. Huge scaredy cat. So I make no promises about that. I might do it if I can play with someone else, a friend maybe in the room. I have a couple people I've been talking to about doing some collaborations with. So we shall see. Uh-oh. I'm probably going to need to upgrade that intersection. I'm definitely going to need to upgrade that intersection. However, it is very late here. So, anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you're watching here on Twitch, please do follow me here. Every follow does help. I'm trying to reach affiliate so I can get more stuff on the stream, make it cooler. If you have suggestions or ideas, please chat or whisper me. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, I do upload all my streams there. Please subscribe. Every subscription is huge for me as a small streamer and a small YouTuber. And if you have any ideas for the city, please leave them in the comments below. I named a whole district after somebody who commented on that and had an idea. So I really love talking to any viewers and audience members. So please interact with me as much as you want. I don't bite, and it makes the stream that much more interesting for you all. So thanks very much. Have a great night, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.